Hey everyone, I hope you're having a good day. Today I'm going to show you how I have created a Telegram interactive AI chatbot. I'm going to use n8n and Google Gemini to create an interactive chatbot. You message the bot and it will respond to you. n8n. It's an open source, self-hosted solution to create all sorts of automation, just like all these examples right here. We can do so many things with this tool. I'm going to cover a lot of use cases for this application that you can use in your day-to-day life. I'm going to show you how to deploy n8n either on your Proxmox or on a VM or even on your computer. Then I'll show you how to connect your Telegram bot to n8n and also connect your n8n to your Google Gemini account. And then we'll create a very simple flow to respond to our messages with Google Gemini. So let's jump right in. In our previous video, I've covered how we can deploy different applications with Docker and GitHub Action into our Proxmox instance. The first step for deploying this is going to our Cloudflare panel, go to Zero Trust. Under Networks, click on Tunnels. And now we're going to create a new tunnel. Choose Cloudflare. I will name it n8n PRX. Now, we need to get this token. So copy that. Let's go to our Visual Studio Code, paste that in, and remove everything like that. In our repository, go to Setting, go to Secrets and Variable, and Actions. Repository Secrets. Give it a name, n8n secrets, and the content of that will be what I just created in VS Code. So Cloudflare token equal, and then the token we just received from here. Add secret. Now let's go back to our code. We need one file for the n8n and Cloudflare. So everything is ready. You can just grab it from the link in the description. And I've made a small change on deploy.yaml file. I've added this line. As you probably remember, this name should be equal to this name right here. So I've added in a step here, if the project name is n8n Cloudflare, which is this, then use the secret that we just created and put it in the environments so that later our Docker Compose will pick this up. So that's all we need to do. I will just deploy the changes and commit and push to our repo. Let's go to GitHub. If I go to Action, okay, as you can see, this has been deployed. Now let's go back to our Cloudflare, and you can see we have a new connection. Click on Next. Now choose the domain that you want to connect to it. I will just choose n8n.sn.me, and it's going to be HTTP and n8n port 5678 n8n. This is the host name, and 5678 is the port. Now, if I save it, hopefully it should work. And if you go to the tunnel that you just created, And under public hostname, you can see this. And you can open up. Now, let's go to our second option. If you have already installed your n8n instance with the previous method, feel free to skip this section. The first thing I'm going to do is head over to my Cloudflare account, go to Zero Trust, and under Networks, I will go to Tunnels. Let's create a new tunnel, choose Cloudflare, and give it a name. I will just go with n8n VM. Go ahead and copy this. Paste it here. And this will be your token. So we're going to need this environment file and this compose file. Now let's go to our terminal. We need to have Docker installed on our VM. In case you don't have it installed, I will link how to install it in the description. Now, let's create a directory. I'll name it n8n and cd into it. Now I need two files. I need a YAML file for the deployment and an environment file. Let's start with the environment file. N file here. I'll copy that and paste it in my terminal and save it. Do the same for, so in here we have a volume for n8n data. We have a network that n8n and Cloudflare will be run inside this network and some other configuration. Copy this, go to the terminal and paste everything. Save it and do docker compose up -d. I need to specify a file which is n8n.yaml. It's almost done. The containers for n8n and Cloudflare now are up and running. You can see that we have a new connection here with this connector ID. Let's go ahead to the next page and we can create our first public host name. I'm going to name it n8n going to give it this domain name. Here the protocol will be HTTP, and for the URL it's Docker 101. We need to use the container name with the port. So if I go to my code, you can see that n8n service has container name of n8n and port number of 5678. Click on Save Tunnel. And now we have our new tunnel right here. And if I go to the domain name that I specified right here, we can connect to our instance. Okay, so we have successfully deployed n8n. We deployed it with two different options. Regardless of which option you took to deploy your n8n instance, you will reach to this page. Now let's do the initial setup. and we are in. Since we have publicly exposed this instance, I would highly recommend you to enable two-factor authentication under here. Now I'm going to create a Telegram chatbot that responds to my messages with Google Gemini. Let's create our very first workflow. I will name it Telegram AI chatbot. Our first step should be a trigger. It means a way that this workflow will be triggered to start. I will search for Telegram and choose on message. I'm going to connect a new bot that I'm going to create right now to this n8n instance. Let's do create a new credential. Now I just need to provide an access token. Let's go to Telegram. We need to do new bot. We need to give it a name. I'll say n8n AI chatbot. Now I need to provide a username. I will go with the same thing, n8n AI chatbot, and that's it. This is going to be the token. So copy that back to the browser, paste that in, give it a name. I'll just name it an AI chatbot and save it. It will test the connection and you can see the connection is successful. We can check how this works by going to Telegram, open the bot that we just created, and we can start my conversation with this bot. If I click on test a step, I can capture that start message and you can see the user ID and other information. On the next step, for a very, very, very simple flow, I will say send the same message to me. Telegram send message. The credentials are correct. Chat ID, I can grab it from here. Just a simple drag and drop. And the message, for now, let's just say, do the same thing, say to you. I will click on test workflow. Here I'll say hi. And I got this message back. Hi to you with a smiley. I can create my logic in between these two. Another thing is I can get rid of this message right here. Here, I will just say append n8n attribution and mark it as false. It works. Now I'm going to create the actual workflow. Click on this plus button, advanced AI agent. I'll just delete that. Then delete this as well and connect these two together. Now the result of this trigger will be an input for this step. And same, I'll do this. Let's do memory. On memory, if we want our AI model to have a memory of a few messages back, we can absolutely do. The easiest one is this. Just click on that and you can see it will have, I don't know, 5 messages in its memory. Another important thing is we need to specify a session ID, which I'll show you now. So if I run, I think yes. So if I choose define below, I can specify a session ID, which in my case, I will decide to use chat ID. So this is going to be a way to differentiate between messages from different users. So the first step, the next one is chat model. I will go with Google Gemini. It's absolutely free. So I will just click on that. Now I need to provide a credential. Click on that. Now you need to provide an API key. Open the docs. It will show you this link right here. Click on that. You will see that you need to go to your Google AI Studio and grab an API key. Choose this and create an API key. Copy that, paste it in here. Click on save, and it's done. You can also specify the exact model of your Gemini. Now that I'm recording this video, Gemini version 1.5 Flash is, I think, the latest, and it's the free version. So I'll just go with this one. And on AI agent, on prompt, I will say define below. And I will basically grab the text the user sent me. And I will say prompt is going to be this. Constraints, keep the results under. The reason why I have added this constraint is because the Telegram's API has this limitation. Of course, you can make a few changes, grab the results, split it into a few messages and send a few messages. That's also an option. And then in here, I will say, again, do the same thing, but this will be different. So this, let's run this one. Gave me an error. It happens sometimes. Now it succeeds. And now you can say for chat ID, pick this. And for the text, keep this. Now let's put everything together and run it. Test workflow. On Telegram, I will say, what is LLM? You can see that it's running and it just gave me an answer. Let's try it one more time. And another answer. You need to activate this. And that's it. From now on, you can see different execution right here. So let's do another test. And it worked. Just before we wrap up, I wanted to show you templates on n8n.io website. It has tons of automation workflows that you can use. I don't know if you want to do engineering You can see different things here, lots of amazing templates. And this tool has more than 400 integrations. You can just combine lots of things together. You can combine your LinkedIn with Notion and so much more. And this is absolutely brilliant tool. I hope you like this video. If you do, please consider liking the video, subscribing, and leaving a comment, and let me know what do you want to see next.